Isolation Nation, welcome to the social distancing social club. I woke up 9 minutes ago. It, then I had to walk the dog, so I sat down 4 seconds ago. I feel ready. I feel good. Don't tell Steve I was late. He gets mad. So try to keep that between us if you guys can. Tell him I was here and then I had to bounce out, if that works. Um, I realize now I'm also about to introduce Steve Hofstetter. I'm Ben Gleib in the second leg of the four-legged tripod that is the quarantine. Please welcome Steve Hofstetter.
Hey everybody, I just got here. I'm sure Ben was on time, of
Hey,
course,
buddy, I was
right?
here. Where were you?
Hey, you know what? I was running late trying to figure out why you're on the wrong microphone. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Social Distancing Social Club. We're happy to have you here. If you want to support the show, please do so. Top right of the screen is our Venmo. As always, you could super chat on YouTube. You could PayPal at sdscshow.com. Throw in those Facebook stars. Do all that stuff. Buy the merch. And ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Chris Bowers.
Oh, wow.
Hey, what's up, man? Huge night for Ben last night. Such a big, fucking awesome night. The Dodgers won a series game. So nice work, Ben. I'm glad that happened for you. I don't know if anything else was going on in your world, but I know you were probably glued to the TV watching the Dodgers, and I'm really happy for you as a person.
I didn't even remember or realize the game was happening until I got a text right after from the host of our event that the Dodgers won. So that was super.
We'll talk about it in a minute.
We'll talk about that in a bit. I am kidding. The event was amazing, Ben. We'll talk about it in just a second. But Queen Rachel is here. Queen, how are you doing today?
I'm good. I actually made sound check today, which is not abnormal, but I just wanted to say that.
I appreciate that.
Just wanted to rub it in a little extra.
Yeah. I was at sound check, Ben. Where were you?
I was walking my dog, and my dog had a bit of a problem. You don't need to know the details, but let's just say
we don't.
His dog was spending time on his thesis. It took a while, and now that's just what
peer review, and I did a quick peer review for him.
Yeah, that's important. Anyway, Ben, hopefully your mic is good enough now that we could talk about what happened.
I need to plug in my mic. You want to talk about something else for a second?
Go plug in your mic. We'll talk about something else. We'll do the overnight game meanwhile. Barris, what do you got?
All right, let's do the overnight game. That'll work while we're waiting on Ben. It was a fun overnight game. Let's see, where was it? It was Why We Cannot Sleep. Why We Cannot Sleep. Rachel had because visions of Bowers and vegetables danced in our heads, which I can't sleep thinking about vegetables.
Different Rachel, right?
Other Rachel. Sorry. Renee H. had, I ate some pasta out of a bag and spent the night in the emergency room. So she must have gotten bag pasta. Let's see.
Eventually, it gets everyone eventually.
Brad Clark had someone bought the budget chicken, a boombox, and it's been outside my window all night. So
I love the idea of the budget chicken just playing Peter Gabriel. It's fantastic.
Why wouldn't he? Liz Rudolph Michaels had
Peter Gabriel. Oh, shit.
Just plug in your mic, Ben. We'll get there.
What if the hokey pokey really is what it's all about, is what Liz had to say, which I thought was funny. And finally, I like Smash that said, it's mostly the cocaine. So there you go. That was the fun overnight game about why the fans of SCSC could not sleep last night. Steve, what's today's game, why Ben finishes with his
Today's game, which will be a perfect segue into what we're going to talk to Ben about. Today's game is all about cheese, and we'll explain why that has to do with Ben in a second. So today's game is to make a song cheesy. So take any cheese-related word, whether it's the name of a cheese or something cheese-related, and put it into the title of a song. So, for instance, you're Stilton the One, or Love Will Keep Us to Cheddar. Anyway, the point is, take a cheese, put it in a song, and the way you play the game is, like always, you can comment on any of our feeds, whether it is our Twitter, our Twitch, our YouTube, or our Facebook. I still almost say Instagram every single time. But comment on any of those. But if you want it to count toward the prize and have a much better chance of being read at the end, what you do is you comment with a tip of at least $5, whether that is a super chat, a Venmo, a PayPal, whatever it is, throw that in and we will read those at the end. That's the way that's going to work.
How's my microphone sound?
It's a little low. But
how's my microphone sound now?
Oh, there
much
you go.
Better. Okay.
And your shirt changed color. This is awesome.
The reason that we are cheesing a song is because we are very proud of our own string cheese on the show, Ben Gleib, who did a wonderful thing for the cheese state yesterday. So, the Wisconsin Democratic Party had a fundraiser featuring a ton of amazing comics. Ben did the absolute lion's share of work putting this thing together, took it from an idea to a reality. And Ben, you want to tell them the good news about how much it raised?
Sure. So it was nuts. I was just called 9 days ago asking me to perform on this thing that wasn't even a thing yet. They were hoping to make it a thing. My friend Pantera Sarah called me and put me in touch with the Wisconsin Democrats. And I said, not only do I want to be on it, I want to help produce it. Let's make this happen. I'll help book it. I'll put together all the details of the show, the run of show, and kind of run this puppy. And they were going to be very, very pleased if it raised over 200,000 or even 300,000. If it crossed that, that would have been nuts for them. And we raised $540,000 last night.
Wow. Amazing. And also, not only did Ben spearhead the whole thing, but Taylor and Rachel were also instrumental.
Killed it.
In helping run the behind the scenes. I got to answer a lot of angry customer service messages from people who didn't know how to use a computer, so I got to do stuff too. You know.
But Steve also hosted the pre-show and did crowd work with the audience and got them all on the same page. So it was a real team effort. Bowers didn't do anything, but it was really great.
You know, I
Yeah,
wasn't
Bowers
asked.
probably ate you.
I wasn't asked to help, which made me feel a little sad, but that's okay. I did donate and watch it on the pay stream. You guys sent me the link. That was fun. So I did donate money to get on. I guess this begs the question, Ben. Why don't you produce and book this show? Man, that's a lot of money. That'd be kind of cool. Anyway, no, I'm kidding. I'm very proud of you. It was
You're
awesome.
breaking up, and I'm going to plug my mic in again. What?
No, I will say, Ben, your crowd work when the guy told you he worked for the pawn broker, and you said, did you think I said pond broker? Was the funniest thing I've heard. Like, did you think I thought you sold pawns? It just fucking killed me. It was the funniest thing.
Thank you, buddy.
God, it was so funny. I was dying.
I had to do some crowd work because I didn't have a minute to think of my act. I was too busy producing everybody else's act, but it was pretty awesome thing. And Bradley Whitford hosted it, and it was nuts. And then here at our new comedy club studio, we had the Sklar brothers, and Bassem Youssef was here, and Sarah Silverman, maybe the funniest person on planet Earth, was here and loved it. And we got to hang out last night, the four of us, Steve and me and Bassem and Sarah, for a long time, and it felt like comics again, and we were doing a good thing, and it was just surreal. And like at one point it kind of hit me towards the end of the show, and Sarah was about to go on stage, and we're kicking to Mike Birbiglia live, who just went from Sarah Cooper, from Bradley Whitford, and it's just what we were trying to do to help flip Wisconsin and take back the White House and take back our country. And as I said, as Wisconsin goes, so goes the country, and so goes the planet. And so hopefully this creates a ripple effect, knock on every wood that there is and glass. And but it was a real honor to be part of it. And thank you to all of you watching who supported and came out and hung out.
And a couple more things. Shout out to some of our SDSC regulars who are also our Nowhere regulars, who not only showed up but also tried to walk the noobs through how it works.
Yes.
The amount of people in the chat who couldn't understand, I paid money, why am I muted even though I'm in a helicopter? Like, it was a little frustrating.
I
you
said
guys
one
were there to
word.
I'm so sick of those helicopter audiences, man.
That's the amazing thing about this technology. You can watch from anywhere. So we very much appreciated your help. Also, there was a moment right before it started when we saw that it had already raised $400,000. And I said to Ben, what you need to know is that when you're watching on November 3rd and you see Wisconsin turn blue, you know that you helped do this. And then it raised another $140,000 after that. And also, Sarah Silverman told me that I was really quick. So, look, it was good. It was good.
The event ended, and we got really... And Steve all of a sudden gets really emotional, and I'm like, buddy, we did a good thing. He's like, no, Sarah said you're quick. And I was,
and she meant comedically. For once, she meant comedically. Anyway.
But just one last comment on it, if I could. I don't often talk seriously about my campaign on this show. I always joke about it, but the only reason that I ran, as I've stated ad nauseum, was to make sure that we take back the White House and get this country back on track. And obviously the campaign didn't achieve what I wanted in every way, but I just wanted this election to go. So I've not stopped working towards that goal, and nor has any of us. And so I just pray that we work hard for the next 2 weeks and that goal can be achieved, and then it would not be for naught. It would all be for the future of the betterment of our world.
Ben, that is amazing. Now, what did you run for?
Wow.
Ooh.
The hills,
I-
motherfucker, the hills.
What's funny is, Ben, you're gonna get 500 business cards that says presidential candidate from Steve about tomorrow. I think you get them in the mail tomorrow. That was his one press secretary job. He got you business cards, and it's fucking 12 months too late. Before we introduce the front row, we do have some new patrons on the Patreon, so I want to give those guys a shout out. Carl Palladino at the Isolation Nation level, Chris Peterson, same Isolation Nation level, Stephen Burks at the Isolation Nation level, and Rob Holowak at the
Lovick.
Sorry, at the front row VIP level. So thank you, Rob, for
Welcome
jumping
to
up there.
all of our new Isolation
you.
Lations. We really appreciate you being here.
The great thing about the last plations is that you're part of the Flambley right now.
Yep.
So happy to have you here, and also we do update the pre-show video every couple of weeks. So for all the new patrons, your name will be in it soon, but we do not update that daily because it takes a fuck of a long time. So we will update that.
True that. And now if our VIP video front row might turn on their cameras and join us as the party gets underway. We've got Chris LaBelle, who's wiping victory from his brow. We've got Sean Ehrlich, who is there, but he's in a dark mood today. We've got
Oh, there he is.
there he is wearing the neon yellow today. Is that a new shade? Okay, well, you need to wash it then. We've got Timothy here with us. We've got Lady Art for My Heroes Corbin. We've got Insanity, now normal. That's Rob, everybody. We've got Dave Adler, Zara Bending from Australia, Jan Skittles Johnson from the indoors wearing the Hofstetter blacks. That's the road uniform. We've got August Gus Walsh with his grandfather behind him. And we've got Jerry Stockton celebrating something. What's the celebration? We'll find out.
Rachel's birthday.
Yeah.
Rachel's birthday a week later.
Also, by the way, shout out, Timothy had the Gleib 2020 mug, and Jan Johnson's shirt. That is a Steve Hofstetter patron shirt.
Oh my God.
Ooh.
Frankie Ankles Nataro and Katrine Smith are in our front row. Their cameras are just not on yet.
I love that. Welcome, guys. And Timothy, please show that one more time. This is the Gleib 2020 mug on both sides. It is not an illusion this time. It is not her fucking with me. It's actually the mug. Incredible. All the work's been worth it.
Frankie Angle's angle now is that his camera is completely off. It is a new angle.
And somehow we can see him better.
Very cool. We also have two amazing comics, as always, coming back. Returning champion of Jenny Zigrino is here. How you doing, Jenny?
Hey, I'm doing it. Whatever it is, I'm doing it.
What up, Zagreens?
Hi.
We're live from the wedding chapel. What
I'm
is
getting married. To
Wow,
myself.
congratulations. Oh, okay.
that? Well,
Sorry to hear that.
congratulations to both you and yourself.
We're having a great time out here. We've been quarantining together. We've got to know each other.
Yeah, I'm quarantined alone. It's a threesome, me, myself, and I.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And your dog.
It's take that back. That's weird. All right.
We also have Anthony Kapfer's here. Anthony, how you doing? First timer. How you doing, buddy?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Fantastic.
Great.
Thanks for having me.
Holy
Absolutely.
crap,
I like
that
your
is-
soothing voice. You have a very soothing voice.
Yeah, I should do that ASMR stuff. Would you
Oh,
guys?
it got less soothing very quickly, though. I don't know.
No,
why.
I had a frog in my throat all of a sudden.
or host a soft rock radio show in the late 90s.
I'm gonna get the lead out.
It's 2 for Tuesday. We've got 2 Led Zeppelin.
Do
right
a
in row.
dedication.
I hope you're going to play that guitar later.
Oh yeah, I will.
Fantastic.
No, that's just part of his background. That's fake guitar.
No,
Really cool.
One of my first open mics, I brought a guitar on stage and I put it behind me and I never played it. I just set it there the whole time. I had a cowboy hat on. I went to a cowboy hat phase. Then I picked the guitar up and I said, "Oh, I don't play the guitar. It just legitimizes the cowboy hat." And then I just walked off.
Hey, you said you went through a cowboy hat phase. Like everyone does that. No one else does that.
I just said I personally went through a cowboy hat phase. It was a thing where one summer I wore cowboy hats every day. You know, I wear crazy jackets now. I like to have something that makes me stand out for a while as cowboy
Hottest
hats.
time of the
you know.
year, he went through a hat phase.
I
was a
gotta
summer.
say, Bowers, knowing that you had a cowboy hat phase makes me so much more comfortable with the jackets.
Right? This is the better one. Yeah, no, you're right. I went through a cargo
100%.
shorts and work boots with fuzzy socks phase. I went through a bowling shirt like Charlie Sheen on 2.5 Men phase. I went through a sparkly jeans and bobbly shirt phase. This is the best of all phases so far.
What's a bobbly shirt?
You know,
Yeah,
with the
what is
little
a
sparkles
bobbly
on it,
shirt?
like the one I did when I was playing out pretending to be Smash Mouth, like one of those like like that kind of like, you know, guys that
There-
want to fight you at a concert shirt. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's so weird because while I think a lot of your choices are ridiculous, at the same time, you and I have some very strange overlap. Like, I also had a brief cowboy hat phase.
Yeah.
This
Again,
is
I
a
think
guy
we
thing?
like
No,
standing out a
I
little
actually also had a phase where I would walk by cowboy hats and
bit. And Steve, yeah, you don't drink, you don't ride bikes, you don't do drugs. Of course, you're not gonna have a cowboy
I
hat
don't
phase.
do anything.
You're not a risk
fun, like
taker.
wear
You're not a
cowboy
risk
hats.
taker like me and Ben. You would never take your shirt off and run through Cabo leading a movement. That's
No.
not what you would do, right?
That's
You're-
correct.
By the way, I love that you just pointed out that in order for me to want to wear cowboy hats, I'd have to be drunk and high.
Yes, of course. We were never arguing that point. This
Look,
isn't
yeah.
something you do sober for sure.
We are different people. I mean, the way Steve had fun as a little kid, even like sandbox days, is he would tell his other classmates to text the word fun to 484848.
What I would actually do is I would just draw emails in the sand.
Rachel, anything to catch up on before we get to do some comedy here?
We do. So Alexander Breyer to the show and said Ben's presidential business cards will still have Steve's Hofstetter.com on them.
You gotta talk to the press secretary. You gotta go through me to get to him. It's a
There was a funny moment with that last night too. I think you missed it too, Steve. When I was walking Sarah out of the house, I'd handed her like 20 minutes earlier this Gleib 2020 card with all the issues of the campaign on it and a button and a Stop the Orange Monster sticker. And I didn't realize she still had it in her hand. So as she's at the door, she just has something in her hand. I assume it's garbage. She's like, "Can you throw this out for me?" And it's all the campaign merch.
She assumed it was garbage too. That's great.
That's the best
Pretty
thing I've ever
hilarious.
heard. That is great.
That is fantastic. Yeah, that was a hell of a lot of fun. It was. I think my favorite thing of yesterday was watching Bossum and Sarah both with mutual respect for each other, like having meeting in person.
Yeah, fangirling out on each other. It was pretty amazing.
Yeah, that was wonderful to see. Where Bossum was just kind of like, you probably don't remember. I talked to you briefly, and my kids are such big fans. They love Wreck-It Ralph, and and she's just like, I know who you are. I do, and just going through. It was amazing.
You're Egypt's Jon Stewart. It's insane. And then she offered to do, because apparently Wreck-It Ralph plays 24 hours a day in Bossum's home because of his kids. She's like, "Do you want me to do an audio recording for them as the character?" And he's like, "Oh my God, that would be incredible." And she goes, "No problem, but just audio because kids get very freaked out when they realize it's a middle-aged woman that does the voice." It's pretty awesome.
All right. Anything else we got?
No, we're caught up.
I mean, I got lots of stuff. What props you want to see?
Oh, speaking of which, the props are going to go out in the mail this week, right?
Yep,
and
tomorrow.
we're
We'll
selling
do that
more
tomorrow.
on Friday.
Correct. And also, I just received some props that will be shortly featured on the show. We got a Z Bunster special that has been sent to me, and also another random one that came from somebody that did not label who it's from. So
I know who it's from.
Oh, you do?
Mhm.
Oh.
I can't remember right now, but I
It's kind of creepy. Just silently, I know who it's
scrawled
from.
on the side of the wall, so she'll find it.
Bag of pasta with a knife in it, a bloody knife.
There we go. Are we caught up? Are we ready?
let's get to a comic.
All right. She's returning champion, one of my very favorite people. Here with everybody, Jenny Zigrino, everybody. Woo!
Oh, this is part where we do stand up, right?
Yes.
I've been touring because colleges don't think that COVID is real. So I'm infected. I just came from Iowa. You know, what a super spreading town. And I always thought it was so dumb. Like when this whole thing started, but first of all, people were doing the whole mask thing and like complaining about it and being like, what would our founding fathers think if they came here today? I'm like, why would you even want to know what people 300 years ago thought about masks? Like, you wouldn't ask your grandfather how to fix your iPhone because you don't know what the fuck is going on there. Like, if Sam Adams showed up here right now, he wouldn't give a fuck about the masks. He'd be like, why are there women in power? Also, I have to go put mercury in my dick. I'll be right back. That's what they would be doing. They do not care. I really enjoyed though, like the moment I knew this was serious is when I stopped getting the fitness challenges. Like when the fit people are scared, you know that shit's bad. And I'm so tired of getting them because I'm like, I don't care what my abs are gonna look like when I'm wiping my ass with leaves because there's no water anymore. Like, because we're in total chaos. During the plague, did they do that shit? Where they just like, oh, Joffrey, I heard you lost your entire family to the plague, but how many burpees can you do? Like, no one You have a six-pack, one for every family member that is deceased. So I've been doing a lot of traveling. My accent's great. If someone said it was shitty, I'll fight you. I've actually been doing a lot of accents because one of the jobs I picked up is I narrate erotic fiction.
Yes.
So someone's like, have you been reading books? And I'm like, oh, I've been reading books. My clit is exhausted. It's true. So I've been like so horny during quarantine because I started a new antidepressant, Wellbutrin, if you guys know about it. I didn't really know that I was depressed because there aren't commercials for people like me and my depression. It's like most commercials are like, oh, you're sad? You don't like doing the things you used to? Well, then you might be depressed. I'm like, where's the one for me that's like, oh, do you feel like you should sleep under the bed because you don't feel like you deserve a mattress, you piece of shit? Well, then you might be depressed. I was in the car and the Wellbutrin made me really horny because that's one of the side effects. And I got so horny in the car, I started weeping, like just out of sheer like horniness and anger. And I was just like, oh my God, this is how teenage boys feel. Just like crap in your own horniness. I got so horny, I masturbated to an audiobook. Okay. Not even my own, a different audiobook. And yes, it was The Tipping Point by Malcolm Gladwell. Thank you. He's got a buttery voice. And if you know Malcolm, tell him I said hi. Let's see if I can do this last bit really quick. So I've been traveling, which is stupid, but I did decide to go to a place called Mitchell, South Dakota. And if you guys know anything about Mitchell, it is home to the world's only corn palace. That's right. What? I went to the corn palace. They have it's covered in corn, just pictures that are made of corn. Like they have a picture of the corn palace made out of corn on the corn palace. It's very fucking meta. But across the street is this place called the Bible Walkthrough. And as a Jew, I was like, I have to go walk through the Bible. So I get there, you go in, and it's just one guy sitting in a gift shop of Christian shit. Sorry, whatever. It's Christian shit. I don't give a fuck. So he's just like sitting there, and I'm like, can I go in? And he goes, for you, it is free. And I was like, great, go in. It's exactly what you think a Bible walkthrough would be. And I get out and me and the guy start talking. And we're talking for like 20 minutes. And 20 minutes into it, I tell him, well, my dad converted from Catholicism to Judaism. And now he's back to being a Catholic. And then he goes, oh, well, tell this to your father from me. And he pulls out of his pocket a yarmulke and he puts it on his head. And then he pulls out of his other pocket a cigar guillotine. Can you guys think what he was trying to convey to me at that moment? So he raises the guillotine and then snips it and goes, this is for your father. And I was like, wow, I I get to think of my dad's penis today. I went the whole day without doing that, and now I get to. So he makes this joke, and then I laugh about it, and then I buy like $30 worth of shit, and I'm like, oh no, he hates gay people. What have I done? And then I walk out the door, and then I realize I had been talking to this guy for 20 minutes, which means that he had in his pocket the whole time a guillotine for a cigar and a yarmulke, just like in his pocket whenever a Jew shows up at his store, which is like two things. Either every morning he gets up and he puts those in his pocket and his wife is like, why are you doing this? And he goes, no, trust me. Today is the day. It will be the greatest joke ever seen. Or the other option is that he saw me walk in and was like, that's a Jew. And then he let me go in for free so that he could get the shit for the joke and then be ready for it. And I like, I'm a Jew. Those are the only two options for this guy. That's more of like a fun little story. I think I'm done with my 5 minutes, right?
Jenny Zigrino, everybody. Jenny Zigrino.
Story.
As always, top right of the screen is our Venmo. You could PayPal at sdscshow.com. Of course, you can super chat on the YouTube. Jenny, I've been to the Corn Palace as well. You can't go through South Dakota without going to the Corn Palace.
Love it.
I tried to go to the Bible place also, but I only got through the first half.
But did he try to charge you?
Some people got it. After that, it gets a little preachy. They kill off the main character. I don't like how the story goes. Point is,
Oh, okay. All right. Now I get it.
I don't like that you thought that it was a bad idea for someone to make a joke and then go get a prop to make that joke even funnier. I just think that sometimes that you would then be mad about that.
You, Bauer.
by the way, Jenny, no matter how horny the Wellbutrin made you, you didn't feel like a teenage boy unless you needed a textbook to hide it from other people.
I always keep a textbook in the car in case I need to masturbate. What do you guys use them for?
I love how you said during your set that you got so horny that you cried. Like that's a thing we're supposed to relate to.
I was so frustrated. I was so horny and frustrated. I was stuck in traffic. I just wanted to fuck something, and I was like, "Ugh," and it came out. I'm also on antidepressants. What do you want?
All Ben's saying is if you cried when you were horny, Ben would never stop crying, and he's still pretty happy. So just kind of own your emotions, I guess is what he was saying.
Yeah, I don't relate to that at all.
Just as a single tear drips down the side of her.
At least there's
like
some
the
liquid
idea
on
that-
someone's face, you know?
I like the idea that Jenny, every time she gets too horny and has to masturbate to an audiobook, just has a tattoo of a tear.
for every book that I
For each
masturbate
book.
to. It's actually a tiny key for the scholastic keys.
Are
Little
you 100%
scholastic.
sure the guy at the museum wasn't Borat? Because that sounds like a Borat joke.
It was wild. I was like, what brought you here? And he's like, God brought me to South Dakota. And I was like, oh, you got lost.
I think
God
he's
doesn't
saying
bring
that-
anyone to South Dakota.
No, that's definitely a New Testament God, an Old Testament God, because that's a vengeful God.
Oh yeah, you did something wrong.
Yeah, the idea of like God brought me to South Dakota, and you still believe?
Yeah, God didn't fuck Job as much as that poor guy.
Yeah, he's like, I was hoping to be turned into salt, but I got this. So.
The interesting thing too is the building. Looks like an old castle, and it used to be a doll museum. So the guy went into the doll museum and was like, I need this to preach the Lord. And then if you go in, he still has some of the dolls, and they're fucking terrifying.
Well, I mean, it kind of makes sense because you do want stuff with less critical thinking skills.
I do like the idea that the doll museum was up for sale and just had no buyers. And like the Corn Palace was like, look, we already got enough room. There's only so much corn. There's only so much we can do.
Well,
no one else was there to buy it.
In fairness, the doll museum did have a lot of buyers. There was a fancy prince and a businessman, both who wore great outfits and loved little cups of tea. They just didn't have money.
And to be honest, the reason the Doll Museum had no buyers is because Ben lives in LA, not South Dakota. But if he lives in South Dakota, there's no way he doesn't buy the Doll Museum for sure.
I did when I heard that joke. I was like, where and how does it go? Where can I get there?
His pants are already down thinking about the Doll Museum.
I'm about to pull a Jeffrey Toobin on this Zoom call. I'll tell you that much.
Okay. No, I have a question about that. Okay. So the Toobin
Toobin?
guy,
Okay.
he comes out and he goes, he apologized. Oh my God, I can't believe I didn't realize you guys were on the Zoom, blah, 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 blah. And he kind of made it feel sorry for him a little bit. Either he fucked up and he's a good guy, or he's the most evil motherfucker ever. And that he was like, I bet I could jerk off in front of everyone from the New Yorker, and just did it.
Bowers?
Steve's going to tell you there's a third option. Go ahead, Steve.
Yeah, there's a third option. The third option is that he didn't mean to jerk off in front of other people, and he's still a horrible person for jerking off during a Zoom call.
Look, I don't want to be. Look, I'm not a horrible person. Sometimes things just happen during the show. What I'm saying is that
he thought that a breakout room was a breakout your dick room, and he didn't realize. I also realized not the best time when I first sat down for this episode. I got for my little mini fridge here one of these little Starbucks coffees, and I sat down and I was shaking it to get it mixed up, and under the frame that doesn't look right.
No, the problem was he got a message that said, "Is everybody ready to come into the Zoom call?" And he misunderstood.
I also was shaking a Starbucks beverage earlier, Ben. That was also what was happening. Thank you for that cover story. Rachel,
he kept saying, "It's very hard to hear you. It's very hard."
Rachel, anything coming in?
We do. So we've got Kim Stewart tipped Jenny $5 and said, Jenny, I hope you got out of Iowa without COVID. We are home of the worst governor in the country.
Who knows? I'm getting tested today. Let's see. Fingers crossed. Yeah.
Well, with that background, still looks like you have your sense of taste, so I think you're probably fine.
Get your fucking hat on, okay, Bowers? Get your fucking hat.
I know me making a taste joke is too much. I get that. I'm sorry.
We had Alexander Breyer tip $2 and said funny set.
Thank you.
Zara tipped $4. Jenny for our unorthodox mutual use of audiobooks. Whatever works.
Ooh. If you guys tip me more money, I'll give you a link to an audiobook.
Oh wow!
That I wrote myself. It's just me being like,
what do you like?
That's actually how mine starts too, oddly enough.
Wow, I think you're both doing it wrong.
That's how I come.
Yeah, your sex noises shouldn't sound like you're moving a couch. I don't know if that's about.
He's just masturbating, going pivot.
Here's what it sounds like.
Lift that corner up.
Every time I orgasm, it sounds like this. You hear that, Carmel?
I just like the move the couch analogy, just the idea of like, oh, I scratched the wall. I'm never gonna get my
we know
deposit
you
back.
scratch the wall, Steve. You spin around too quickly and you scratch the wall. My bad.
Well, everybody does know Steve's got a very sharp dick. Everybody knows.
No, I am a sharp dick.
I think you misheard it, Steve. I think you misheard it this whole time.
Quick sharp dick.
I'm going to change the subject. We also had Tam tip you $5 and said, Jenny, I'm female, but the cigar guillotine visual made me wince.
Yeah. Pretty awful.
I can't have one of those things in my house. I can't do it. Like, I feel like I'm going to put my dick in there and cut it off. I don't know why. It's a compulsion. Like, I have to throw it away. Like, I'm not like, you ever like drive down the road and you see it and you're like, I can just kill everyone. You don't do it.
Therapy, Bauer?
Wow.
Bowers, there's a simple solution, which is don't stick your dick in utensils. And also, now I see why you didn't know there was a third option for Jeffrey Toobin.
That was a very quick, soft confession there. We just kind of skated by. I don't have a cigar guillotine in my house. I'm afraid I'm going to cut off my dick. You know when you're driving, you want to kill people? Our next performer.
Also, too, the fact that your dick could fit in a geek.
Right.
Let's
For
not get into that,
cigars.
but yes, it's at least it's not the cigarettes. It used to be the cigarette. cutter.
What
I'm
about a
like,
bagel cutter? A bagel slice.
Isn't
bagel
that what a moil
slicer.
uses?
Ah,
All right,
oh.
I'll stop.
I can't have scissors in my house sometimes. I don't know what's going on.
Just everything you want to cut your dick off.
Bowers has like those like second grade safety scissors.
I'm just telling you, it gets in my brain and I can't get it out. It's a little it gets in
You
there,
can't
little
mow
worm,
the
and I just like,
lawn.
and I have to like.
Every time his dick
Can't
wants
own- Bowers can't own cleats.
Every time Bauer's dick wants to even say something, he cuts it off. So it's,
People said they're getting wheezy, and they've asked me to change the subject again. So
Okay,
All
let's
right.
go back. All right.
Who's getting queasy?
Everyone's getting queasy.
You know what? This is real life, okay? This is real life. This is Bauer's life, okay? He's asking for our help, and you're gonna deny him.
They
There's
call me
11 people in a Zoom. It's time to see what happens when people stop being polite and start being real. Let's go.
Is this how you always?
real creepy.
Have you
Oh
always
god, that'd
had
be a
this
hell of a
compulsion?
sketch. The real creepy world.
Sorry, what was that, Anthony?
Or is this a compulsion that you've always had, or just now that you're home bored for 6 months?
No, it's always been a problem. It's always
It's
something I'm
always-
worried about. Yeah, that's why I don't smoke cigars. I'm afraid I'll cut off my dick.
I mean, Bauer's.
Just the head part, not even the whole thing. I'm
What's
weird.
going
I don't know
on?
what's going on.
Ben, what's going on?
I'm trying to do a thing to explain a thing, and I fucked something up. But you'll see. This just reminded me of Christopher Walken's part in Annie Hall when he's like when Woody Allen walks in the room and Christopher Walken's like, "You ever driving late at night, you road, and you see the oncoming cars and you just want to swerve into traffic just to hear the noise and see the bodies everywhere." And Woody Allen goes, "Excuse me, I'm due back on planet Earth."
Yeah, that's perfectly timed. Yeah, that's what I feel like. All right.
We also had Peter Amsel, 5 Canadian. Jenny from a fellow traveler. I was on
Thank you.
Wellbutrin before my doctor discovered it made me hypomanic. Great set.
Ooh, I don't know what that means, but it sounds fun.
Means being super excited all the time.
That sounds
You mean you love
exhausting.
life too much? Sounds great.
That's what my sister says I am, honestly. Because she's bipolar. She thinks I'm just manic. Like I don't have the downs. I'm happy and I'm extremely happy. Those are the two things I go
Yeah,
back.
but you also want to cut your dick off whenever you see a blade.
There's a dark side.
Well, he would do it very happy. He'd be like,
Yeah, and then I would probably live a great dickless life. It'd be super fun. It wouldn't even bum me out somehow. But you know,
I don't want to spend any
True.
more time on this because I know Leedy's probably drawing something.
I also like the idea that this is a side effect in one of those drug commercials.
You guys have given me so much.
Please don't.
Side effects include trying to cut your dick off with a cigar cutter. You would not take that drug. No one's taking Wellbutrin if that's one of the
Side
fucking
effects
side
include not being able to smoke cigars. We won't tell you why.
Figure it out.
"It's Bauer's flying cock time. It's Bauer's flying cock time."
Oh God, this is gonna get bad. Rachel, let's change the subject.
Well, we can't because Bill Thompson tipped the show $5 and said for Bauer's bus fare so he doesn't drive into the crowds.
He's just over the shoulder of the bus driver, be like, "You ever think about it? You know, Disability. You can just,
By the way, I've talked to lots of people about this that have said they have that same thought sometimes. I can't believe I'm the only person.
No,
that's
I
thought
agree.
that.
I've had that thought that if you stand like
Bill Burr has a bit about it, about the idea of like how just you're like this and you could just do that and it's tragedy.
You just ruin everything. You just ruin everything in one. It's crazy the power you have. Anyway.
Yeah. I could see Bowers even on the bus going up to the bus driver and saying, "If you bring this bus less than 55 miles an hour, I will drive it into traffic."
I also, guys, I just
Nick
had a
Cage
thought, like
was
what if a
Nick
television exec?
That was more Nick Cage than Keanu. I can't remember how to do my Keanu.
Was
right
Nick
now.
Cage and
In Speed? Yeah, he was.
What if a television exec tuned in to one of our shows and was like, "Hey, you know what? This is great. We'd like you to do this on network television." It would be impossible.
Yeah, but try to say things that are based in reality, Steve. What a weird premise that is.
Yeah. And I would just say I want to
What if it was
slice
a
off my
dragon? Who
penis
knows?
with a cigar cutter. You can make it clean for TV pretty easily. It's not that hard.
I love that Bowers thinks that on network TV you could just be like, "Yeah, I'm gonna cut my penis off with a cigar cutter."
Have you ever watched
family.
Law and Order SVU? They cut off a lot of penises with a lot of weird shit, Steve. Okay? Like most of our shows about getting people getting murdered and dismembered. You ever watch Criminal Minds? Oh my God, it's all about cutting off genitalia. Let's fucking stop thinking this isn't a network thing.
Dun-dun.
But my apologies.
I love how offended Bowers got. He literally was like, "Okay, you can make fun of me when I cut off my dick all you want, but don't you dare say it's not network TV worthy."
Also, like, by the way, we do have to hurry through this show, so chop.
I know.
Don't trigger him, okay?
All right, Rachel, let's get
Peter
back to you.
Amsel tipped the show and said, "Yeah, Bowers and Jenny, it means bipolar."
Okay, cool.
All right, let's
Well,
get
I'm
to
glad you're bipolar. I'm not. I'm not.
You're glad, and you're also not glad.
I'm also not glad.
All right, let's get
Actually,
through the
David
tips.
Jones sent the show £5 and said that random compulsion is a psychological phenomenon known as call of the void.
Ooh.
None of us are gonna look it up. We'll all believe that.
Some Dungeons and Dragons shit.
I've seen it
there.
a couple times in the chat. I think
Now, is that just in general or like specifically when it cut off your dick?
not the penis.
All the voids, like the car thing, it's the whole thing, including the cigar cutter, but not just, there's not a thing just for the cigar cutter thing that I have. But you're saying that's for every, okay.
Now that'd be a weird thing from science.
If
You'd
it was
think,
just
but
penis related.
if it was just like these guys want to cut their dicks off with cigar cutters, maybe there's a whole fucking fan, maybe I can, it doesn't matter. Okay,
That's
Rachel.
the only subgenre of scientific research that Trump has increased funding for.
All right. So Technics tipped Jenny two Canadian. Please keep calling it a guillotine. Great set.
Nice.
Thank you. That's what it's called, right?
Mhm.
It's
Yeah.
a cigar guillotine? Okay.
Well, no, it's not called a cigar guillotine. It's called a cigar cutter, I believe. But
Yeah, but guillotine sounds so much cooler.
no, it's way cooler. I love
Way
it. I
cooler,
love
yeah.
it. Plus, you could probably just decapitate dolls that way too, pretty easy.
How big are these cigars you guys
More
are
like action figurines. I take it back, or like vintage ladies.
What?
Did someone just gasp and someone decapitated a vintage lady?
Guy.
Someone,
Lady?
Danny, it's from a previous episode of the show. And all
Danny.
previous
Okay.
episodes.
Danny, I don't mean to take you to church, but there you go.
Ooh, okay, first of all, I have been watching nonstop Antiques Roadshow for 3 days. That's all I've been watching. It's the best.
Holy
That-
shit! There's a show called Antiques Roadshow. I
I
need
used
to
to
watch
intern
that.
at the Antiques Roadshow.
What?
If you guys
Love
check
it.
out the season 2008, old Zigrino's on that shit.
My
What?
favorite thing. I love Antiques Roadshow, and there are two types of people that they have on that show. There's either someone who's like, "Yeah, I don't know what this is. I think it's probably garbage," and they're like, "This is worth $100,000." Or even better, they have the person be like, "I just want to find out how much this antique is worth," and they're like, "This is garbage."
Oh yeah. Couple people are like, "This is a 400-year-old African statue," and they're like, "It's 20 years old and it's made out of plastic."
Yeah,
What's
they're
wrong
like,
with you?
"This at the gift shop today."
Yeah.
I love the part where there's an old lady who finds out that her family was lying to her whole life, and she's like 80, and she's like drugged this piece of shit around with her for like and she's like, my grandfather was a Civil War general. This was just sort of like, this was bought in 1958 at a thrift shop. You can see it says Acme right here on the blade, and she's like, oh my god, because it was her family lied to her. She thought for sure her whole life this was gonna be her retirement. Now she's fucked.
And after they reveal, sorry, go ahead, Jenny.
Oh, there was this one that I just saw where the woman was like, it was a teapot, and she's like, family legend is that it was owned by Marie Antoinette. And I was like, you piece of shit. Like, nothing you own is from Marie Antoinette. And the woman's like, it's from 1900.
This is the piece of cake that she offered to her people.
Oh, wait a minute. Okay. The British Antiques Roadshow is bonkers. A woman brought on a box full of pieces of cake from like 1860 that were like the Queen's cake. She had like 20 pieces of cake in there, and it was worth like $6,000 for like 120-year-old cake.
Wow, is it like wine that gets better with age?
Nope.
It's
Wow.
Each piece was labeled. It was nuts.
Did
It
it
was
still
like
look like
90.
cake?
What?
Did it still look like cake?
No, it was like she wrapped it in paper and like put the label on and then wrapped it in like old-timey cellophane. It was like, the person was like, you've brought us cake. And she's like, yes.
And they still
I
valued it
brought you
at
cake.
$6,000. See, don't tell Ben stuff like this, because in his mind, he's like, I knew it'd be all worth something someday. That string cheese that's been rotting since day one is now
I
worth
got it.
$8,000. I know, it's got a face on it.
I was gonna clean my fridge. I'm just gonna wrap it up now.
Oh yeah, wrap it up, put a label on it, keep it in a box 120 years from now. Woo.
Anthony is like, this cake is from Queens.
The Ridgewood region.
The village.
Okay, somebody might have eaten the cheese head. It's missing.
But somebody could have
Oh,
done
the
that
stream
dog
was
on
yesterday.
your lap.
Found it.
I love that
Is that really a piece of cheese?
Yeah, but it's so hard. It smells like nothing. It shows you how processed our food is. This literally feels like a piece of plastic. There's nothing
That's from
gross
what,
about
March? That's like March 10th or something? March
it.
20th?
March 10th.
Even Henry, a dog,
Here,
was
watch.
like, no.
Let's see if he eats it. Let's see. Here's
No,
the
don't-
experiment.
No.
Oh.
He licked it.
Oh.
No,
Don't let him eat it. Oh, God. Oh, jeez.
It's gonna reactivate now. Now he's gonna be like a mutant cheese dog.
Cheese dog.
Bauer just went, oh, cheese.
I got real excited about the idea of a mutant cheese dog. I would love to share
Yeah,
that.
he's gonna be like a
This
superhero
was
cheese
Daredevil's
dog
origin story.
bitten by radioactive cheese.
All right, Rachel.
All
what do
right,
we
let's
have?
finish this up. We've got more tips for Jenny and generals. Mark Katera tipped $10 for Jenny, and
Thank you.
Razor tipped
corn.
$5 for Jenny and said, 1, you do deserve a mattress. 2,
Thank you.
crying due to spontaneous horny time to an audiobook. Welcome to the club. 3, an old Christian dude brandishing a cigar snipper to your father's ding ding, disturbing enough, but in your voice, now I'm horny and crying.
Oh, yay! Check that off my to-do list today.
Allie tipped you $5 from one Wellbutrin taker to another. It's an adventure, but it'll get better.
Cool.
Jennifer Story, $5 for Gen Z. You're super funny.
Oh, thank you. These are great. I love reading them and answering them. All right, just keep going.
And then Doodoo Bean is back. So
Ooh.
Duda bean.
Doodoo Bean tipped $5 and said, good set, Jenny. And then Chris Bowers Bobbit.
Wow.
Also, I think Doodoo Bean simultaneously has the best screen name of anyone who tips a show and the worst screen name of anyone who tips a show. Somehow wins
Agreed.
both.
Agreed.
Duda Bean sounds like an old blues singer. Duda Bean and his sad band.
Or it also sounds a little bit like an upper crust kind of well-off echelon catalog for baby diapers.
I've got
It's
one I'm not going to
organic.
say. Rachel.
I had the same one, Bowers.
What?
Wait,
Oh,
if you
hold
did,
on, what do we
both
have?
of you say it all at the same time. On 3. 1,
No,
2.
absolutely not
No.
saying this.
Okay. All right. Well.
I don't understand what happened. I don't watch the show. Can someone read?
And me and Steve both have a doo-doo bean joke that we think is too gross for even us to say. So we're not going to say it. So just move on.
Poop and clits
Yep.
or something?
Yep,
Oh,
that's
yeah,
exactly
yeah.
it.
Stick to me, I'll say it.
Ooh.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know.
I'll
We
fucking
walk
say
All right,
wiping
let's-
back to front. That's all we're saying. It doesn't matter. Let's go.
I'm gonna change the subject. So general. Boo. Cannabis Jones tipped the show 5 Canadian. Do you guys know why Elvis danced funny? He was trying to keep his butt plug from falling out.
How
Well,
loose
that's
is
hilarious.
that?
Secondly, that is the greatest screen name of all time.
Get a good screen name competition going now.
What's the screen name again? Tell it to us again.
Cannabis Jones.
Cannabis Jones. Top notch.
All right, I'll keep going. Stephen Burks, £5 for Bowers to get some kid-safe 4.5-inch blunt tip scissors from wellmadetools.com.
Aw.
I think it's great. I think it needs 4.5 inches. Thanks, man. I appreciate the.
Your fans care about your health.
They do. I appreciate that.
And then Donald Mellon tipped the show $5 for the show to track down that beeping noise that's been happening the last several shows and dispatch it. Sounds like an old digital watch alarm. I've only heard it this episode. Anybody
I've heard
else?
it's like a high pitched whistle. I don't know where it's coming
Yeah, I've
from.
heard it
but-
this episode.
I know where it's
I
coming
haven't
from.
heard
I
it
didn't
at
want
all,
to
which
shame
means
them.
it's probably coming from me.
Wait, Taylor, what'd you say?
I know who it's from. I just didn't want to shame them because they're nice.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Can
Maybe
we
chat
them?
them.
Well, then it's not from
So
me.
that way we can all see who it is.
Yeah, it's not Steve.
I just love the concept. I love the concept that Bowers doesn't want to. Taylor doesn't want to turn off the. I mean, Taylor really does get very, very trigger happy with that mute button. He did it for the first 5 minutes of our show last night. Oh!
Oh.
By the way, Taylor, very funny joke with Ben. If I could just really quickly, high five.
That's not his hand you hit. Okay. Are we caught up?
We're caught up.
All right. I'm gonna
Taylor could be tubining us this whole fucking year, by the way. No one knows.
I think he'd be
All right.
happier if he had been.
Introduce
Okay.
the comic Bowers.
We'll go to the next. You can't be this mad at. Okay, we're gonna go to the next comic. First timer, but he's on a podcast you're gonna like called "Is This Anything?" with our good friends Brett Druck, Rob Ryan, and Jared Berenstein. So give it a very funny Anthony Kapfer, everybody. Whee!
Thank you, guys. I once met a guy that looked so much like me that after hanging out with him for a while, I couldn't remember which one of us I was anymore. So I started asking both of us questions that only I would know the answers to. It turns out I was the other guy. I did not see that coming. And neither did I. I was eavesdropping on a conversation between a married couple, which I found to be very interesting because the husband wasn't paying attention. Classic. The wife said, "Are you even listening to me?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm sorry." The phrase "it's better than nothing" does not really apply to smells. Right? You never hear that. Like, hey man, I think this meat went bad. How does this smell to you? mean, it's better than nothing. I might even call it a blessing in disguise. The thing about smells is you don't know what you got till it's gone.
Oh my god.
Also, location, location, location. That one's important. I hope that in the future they invent prosthetic upper lips for people with mustaches who also want to wear disguises. Because right now I can't wear a disguise. Where would I put it? All the spots are already taken. What if I told you I was wearing a fake mustache underneath my real mustache right now? You can't even tell. My sister gave me her new phone number the other day, but I'm pretty lazy, so I just keep using the old number instead. The woman who has that number now is my new sister. We talk every day. The other night I was listening to my neighbors have sex for 112 minutes. While I watched The Wizard of Oz with the sound turned all the way down.
That was awesome.
Thank you. It was way better than Pink Floyd. It matched up and everything. I don't know how they do it. Pretty sure they're watching too. I think it's weird that you never see the grand opening of a cemetery. Now you never walk by and there's just one gravestone with a family gathered around it crying while they do a ribbon cutting ceremony. When somebody breaks a bottle of champagne over the tombstone. And then on the other end of the cemetery, there's just an empty section that's roped off with a sign that says, "Coming soon."
Oh, shit.
Thanks, guys.
Anthony Kapfer, everybody.
Cap.
Done.
Open. Up right on the screen is our Venmo. You can PayPal at stscshow.com. Of course, you can super chat on the YouTube. I like the idea that if they broke the champagne bottle over the tombstone, they would be like, no, that's how he died in the first place. Also, Anthony, the idea of you as a Mr. Potato Head and the kids are just like, well, it comes done.
Yeah. He's got the glasses, the silly mustache. I don't know what else to do here.
Already. What do we do?
No assembly required.
I love the joke about they're listening to the people where the husband wasn't paying attention. My girlfriend has this crazy thing. It's not crazy. She's just intuitive. I think it's because she's a bartender. So a lot of people tell her shit she doesn't want to listen to. But like she knows, like when we're watching TV, she can like not be paying attention. But when I laugh, she can sense I'm about to, and she'll laugh with me. Like she kind of like she just knows when to do the right emotion to whatever you're saying, even if she's not listening. And last night she was cooking, and I was trying to get her to use a different spoon because it wasn't stirring up right. I'm like, no, use this one. It's heavier. It'll help. She's like, no, I got a fork. And we talked about this for like 3 minutes, and then she takes her earbuds out and she goes, I'm sorry, were you talking to me? I'm like, We were talking to each other. Were we arguing and you weren't even part of it? Like, she was not conscious for an argument. It was amazing. Like, that's how fucking next level she is. Literally, she was like, are you talking to me? I'm like, bitch, what? We've been having a conversation. This is crazy. It was
She's like,
awesome.
I'm just listening to a podcast about utensils.
I'm just weirded out that Bowers just figured out how we listened to him on this show the whole time.
Right? No, I get it.
Rachel, what do we got?
All right, so we've got Alex Breyer, $2. Cheers to your new sister.
We'll share the $2 with her.
Gus Walsh tipped $5. That Pink Floyd joke was amazing.
Thank you. I'm pretty sure I know who that was. I saw somebody who. Oh yeah, I saw him. He loved it.
Yeah, Dark Side of the Poon is my favorite album.
Great.
Boom. There it goes.
That's the missing piece.
Go for it. That's your tag. Go for it. That's yours.
Zara tipped $4. Stellar work, Anthony.
Thank you.
Nice.
Tam tipped $5. Anthony, I'm trying the old phone number idea. I need a new sister.
Whoever's got the number. Doesn't matter. It could be a dude. That's your new sister.
We've got Donald Mellon, $5 for Anthony. Andrea Gordon, $5. Anthony, the grand opening 2-for-1 coupons would be a hit. Oh, wait, I said that wrong. They're good for people who put a hit out on their parents. You got to dip into the inheritance to bury those mofos, and that's half at least.
On a family plan. I love it.
Here at the Menendez family's mortuary,
We don't charge till you collect.
Oh,
Buy one get one free.
One free. Oh my god.
We got the punch cards.
break the bottle on the bow of a shithead.
I like the idea that what they do is when you schedule the burial, that's when they sell you the life insurance. It's like at the same time. It's like a business model.
It's an upsell.
Yeah.
We had Matthew Plummer tip both comics $5. Incredibly funny. Both of you, please come back again.
I'd love to.
And let's see, Brooke Kinsley, $5. Anthony, Sex Sync.
Sex sync?
That's what we called it.
Yeah, because they synced up the set.
Oh, sink. I was thinking like a kitchen sink.
Oh, no,
like
no,
synced
Anthony.
up.
Anthony fucks a lot of sinks. That's why he got confused. Like, they know about my sex sink? Holy shit.
That's why I can't have a garbage disposal. It's crazy.
Oh.
Ow.
It all comes full circle. I knew I brought that up for a reason. The great. That was great.
Okay, we also had Leedy, $5. You're a genius.
Oh, thank you very much.
Jennifer Story, $5, and said, Anthony, I'm curious, who melts when your neighbors do it?
Who melts?
Nice.
Nobody's ever asked me that before. I guess I do.
I melt with you. Isn't that a song? Okay.
Yeah. Who did? I don't know. Flock of Seagulls, maybe. I don't know who that was.
Let's see. Doo Bean, $5. Anthony, great set.
Thanks, Doo Bean.
Nice.
I just wanted to say Doo Bean.
Ashley D, $10. So hilarious, and thanks for the This Anything podcast. I look forward to it every week.
Oh, thanks. Me too.
Technics to Canadian. Anthony, the Jessica K was right. You are hilarious.
Thanks a lot. I hope to be able to visit Canada again one day. Legally.
We also had Frankie Angles, $10. Anthony, or as I will forever refer to as Weird Al number 2, honestly had me laughing out loud.
I get that a lot.
Yeah.
Peter Amsel, 5 Canadian. Anthony for Sex Sync.
It's catching on. I've got Sex Sync t-shirts available after this.
I hate to break it to you, Anthony. I just registered sexsync.com, so that's mine.
I got sexsync.net.
I got sexsync.org. It's a nonprofit. So.
We had Jan Johnson tip $5 and said, "Oh my God, I haven't laughed that hard in a month."
Wow.
Nice.
Mean, but good. I'm glad he did a good job.
Yeah.
We've had the show all month.
I want to know what the
20
last laugh
episodes.
was.
It is
Are we
the
allowed-
21st, Jan. That hurts. You're wearing my shirt. That hurts.
Oh man. Can we ask questions back? I want to know what the last laugh was. Who was it? A month.
So we had Stephen Burks, £5 for Anthony to get a 4.5-inch tip safe garbage disposal.
Oh, yes.
Let's see. Ali tipped you $10 and said, "Anthony Kapfer and Steve Hofstetter, the Mr. Potato Head Anthony picture in my head had me laughing." And
Did you buy Anthony Cap for MrPotatoHead.com, Steve? Or could I have that one?
No, I actually have Mr. Potato Head AnthonyCapfer.com because the other one was already taken.
Oh.
Technics tipped the show $2 Canadian. Show tip on behalf of God Taylor, mute game strong.
Nice.
And we are ready to do the game.
All right, let's
Let's
play
do the
this
game.
game. Let's do it.
I'm excited
right.
for this game. This is going to be a fun one.
Me too.
So the game today is make a song cheesy. So front row, if you want to read your entries live on air, please raise your blue hand in the participants window and I'll call on you. These are some of the unpaid game entries that I really liked. Greg Murphy had The Beach Boys, "I'm picking up Gouda vibrations." Razor, "Baybell got back." And then Vicky in the Facebook chat had properly in time for Halloween, the Monster Mash.
Nice.
All right, and so Anthony and I'm not sure if Jenny is still here, but these are the entries that we're going to be voting on, starting with our live audience. So just
All right.
remember your favorite one. Let's Dave Adler start us off.
Right. So first I wanted to show Jenny I found your car. And so my three, I have Jimmy Buffett, Limburger in Paradise. And
They serve the Jimmy buffet.
very true. Then
He also has
Michael,
a Hawaiian shirt phase that never ended.
then we have Michael Colby Jackson with Cheez-It.
Nice.
The last one is going to be, I wish I could really sing it well, but Curdling Me Salty with his song by the Fugees.
Nice.
By the way, I don't know if someone's watching outside or someone's being mean, but I keep hearing a cricket sound effect.
Yeah.
Figuring it out. I think I figured it out. Don't let me
Okay.
be a detective.
He wants to be a detective, slow and methodical.
All right.
Don't worry about it.
Still
Chris
there.
LaBelle.
All right, I have I'm gonna go through them as fast as I can. I have Despa Majan. I have Sexual Breathing. One is the provoloniest number. Girl chasing curds. I have the Pretty Ricky classic, Rhymed With Me.
Nice.
My favorite is Genuine's Mascarpone.
Oh, good one.
Oh, that's a good one.
Love it. Sean.
Okay. My first is Neil Diamond's Forever in Blue Cheese. Then
Blue cheese, yeah.
Credence's Have Already Ever Seen the Rain. And
I
then,
want to know.
and finally, Simon and Garfunkel's Like a Breeze Over Troubled Waters. And that's it.
Jennifer's story.
I think the sound is Sean, by the way, because when he talked, it got way worse.
I told you not to out anyone.
It's common sense on account of having eyes and ears.
Yeah.
It's not outing people. It's sound effects. We're figuring
Outing people. We're trying to not have it squeals and makes my dog bark more.
No, Michael Winslow is in the call. I didn't want to let anyone know.
By the way, that wasn't what made Henry bark. It was the eating spoiled cheese.
I've also been an advocate for a long time for defunding the police academy.
And Zara
All right,
just
I
put
won't
in the
mute you
chat, we're not here to fuck crickets. Sorry, Jennifer, go ahead.
That's fine.
I've been fucking crickets for 9 months. Never mind.
The sound of crickets, Ben, is different. Why he's so triggered. All right, what you got, Jen?
I got, do you believe in life after love? And then I got Parma Camellia. That's what I got.
Good job.
Gus.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, buddy.
What's up, guys?
I've got smoked Gouda on the water. And it ain't nothing but a breathing.
Oh my god.
That's all I got.
Nice work.
Nice.
Tam?
So I had to switch the car. I have, hold on. I can't Roquefort that. Cheddar on my wayward son.
Damn.
Brie falling.
Oh, that's fun.
Brie falling.
Do this with just Brie and it'd be funny.
He did the mash. He did the monster mash.
Nice.
Blue cheese bayou.
Nice.
And Limburger rock.
Nice.
Nice.
Good ones.
Is there anyone else in our front row that hasn't done one on air? Just wave your hands at me if you have one that I haven't.
I thought you wanted to read.
Okay. I see Zara shaking something. Oh, she's painting or.
Oh, I'm just polishing a fossil. Sorry, that's not a euphemism. I'm actually polishing a fossil.
And that's actually what Jeffrey Toobin got in trouble for.
I'd like you to polish my fossil.
Wow.
I'm coming. I'm coming.
Jeez, Zara.
Is that what we're gonna auction off on Friday? Okay.
It's not the first time I've seen a woman leave the room to come.
It's called exacerbation, Ben.
That's right. Polishing a fossil is what all of Hugh Hefner's wives had to do in the last years at the Playboy Mansion there.
Sorry, Rob. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Rob.
My one song is "You've Lost That Cheese Whiz Feeling."
Nice. All right. So these
Very
are the rest of the entries. Andrea Gordon, Miley by Milky Cyrus, Havarti in the USA.
USA.
Yeah, I like that one.
Andrea Gordon, Anything you can do, I can do, cheddar. I can do anything better than you.
Damn.
Double.
Courtney Smith had 2. Camilla Cabello had Havarti Ooh La La. And then she had the Carly Rae Jepsen, Colby Maybe. Jonathan
I just smelled this, and this is crazy. Sorry.
It's Colby, man. Yes.
Which is maybe. Jonathan S. Leonard Skinner's Brie Curd.
Oh God.
Brie curd.
Play Brie curd.
And Andrea Gordon, Camembert to Forget You by Shakira. And then she had Halloumi by Fleetwood Fired Mac and Cheese. Jeremy Day, Good Golly Swiss Molly. Jeremy Day, I've got a bad queso loving you.
Punisher.
Jeremy Day, The Great Pretender by the Cheese Platters.
Oh my God.
Courtney Smith, the Hamilton soundtrack, What I Swiss. And then Courtney, Shawn Mendes, Treat You Feta. Renee Hutchison, WAP, on behalf of Chris Jacobs, WAP, Wet Ass Paneer.
Why did it take us 150 episodes to play this game?
Because evolution's a beautiful thing, Steve.
It's so good.
Amen. Jeremy Day, Don't Go Breaking My Heart. Mel Little, Thank Gouda I'm Country Cheddar.
If we hadn't updated the game, it would basically be like what Zara's doing right now.
Just polishing a faucet.
Polishing a faucet.
We also had Amanasala by the Beatles. Come to Cheddar. Amanasala had the Miley Cyrus Havarti in the USA. Jonathan S. Paneer there and everywhere. Werner de Jong, Smells Like Blue Cheese.
Oh.
Amanasala, Sweet Dreams Are Made of Cheese. Alexander Breyer, So the Simple Minds, Don't you fret about me as I wax the brie, will the curd the cheese as I don't know. As I wax the brie, will you curd the cheese? Is said Parmesan.
Oh, perfect! You nailed it.
I lost the tune of it.
Well, we don't blame you for it. That was hard.
Hard cheese.
Understandably. Amanasala, hello. Is it brie you're looking for?
Oh my God. Oh, why don't they have that commercial?
Oh. Hayden Lemaster, since it's late October, they did the mash. They did the Munster mash. They did the mash. It was a Gruyere smash.
Gruyere.
Gruyere, whatever. Gruyere smash. God damn it. Shannon Burke. Shannon Burke, another brick in the Walmart cooler.
That's good.
Oh.
Shannon Burke, Camembert in the Wind, Elton John.
Oh.
My God.
Shannon Burke, Janis Joplin, Piece of My Havarti.
Nice.
Brad Clark. Live in Velveeta Loca.
I could not do anything with Velveeta. I wanted to. I tried. I had nothing. That was what I'm holding.
Wow.
Stephen Burks. I like
He's into Super Stinky.
Stephen Burks. I like Big Babel and I cannot lie. Doo-doo Bean. Cream cheese, everything around me. Bagel bits, y'all. Bagel bits, y'all.
Bagel bits, y'all.
All right. Those are all of them.
All right. Wow, that was a really good one. I liked Bree Falling. I liked Colby Maybe. Bad Queso loving you, but I gotta go with Livin' Velveeta Loca. That was too perfect there at the end. That's the one I'm voting for. Anthony, what was your favorite?
I'm going with Velveeta too. The that other one was your second choice was my second choice as well.
Nice.
So
Jenny.
good.
I think she's muted.
Yeah. Yeah, Jenny, your mic's not working. All right. Rachel, want to vote meanwhile?
Yeah. We'll get back to Jenny. I loved all the same ones that you guys said. I loved Andrea Gordon's the Anything I Can Do, You Can Do, I Can Do Chatter.
Yeah.
But God damn it. Bad Case of Love of You was great too. But there's so many game entries. Live in Velveeta Loca. That's my favorite.
Yeah.
Nice.
Do we have Jenny back yet?
Jenny, just try to just unplug your mic and go off your computer.
Or just do sign language. That's cool too. I can understand.
All right, Ben, what do you
It's
got?
not working. Okay.
I can't hear anything.
Oh, there she is.
There we go. Wait. We heard you now.
I don't think she can hear. She says she can't hear. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Is it working? No.
Yes.
Yes.
There we go.
It is?
Yep. What's your vote?
Oh, cheese it.
Cheese it. I like it. All right.
Cheese
Ben.
it.
Some great ones. Bad Queso, Loving You, Punisher coming in strong. Living Velveeta Loca was very, very brilliant. Another brick in the Walmart cooler I loved because it was a very out-of-the-box approach to the game. But I have to give it to the twist of a line into two different words. Anything you can do, I can do cheddar. I can do anything feta than you. So good.
All right, Steve.
I gotta say, Velveeta Loca not being unanimous makes me want to quit this show. It's so fucking good. And look, a lot of entries were good. I said in the middle of the game how excited I was and how much people were killing it. But holy shit, Living in Velveeta Loca, that's the winner. That is the winner. Claim your prize. Go to sdscshow.com and email us.
Can I give you mine before I go?
Hell yeah.
Yep.
It's by the Breedles. Called the Hard Cheese Night. Thank you.
I also did I Want to Hold Your Ham.
Nice. Anthony, did you have any?
Bohemian Rhapsody.
Nice. Jenny, you have to get out of here? You got to roll? Or
Yeah, I do.
All right, cool. Where do we find you at?
Find me at Jenny Zigrino on everything: Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. I asked a really important question today on my Twitter if hot sauce goes bad. So go tell me. Because either way, I'm gonna find out in a few hours. You know what I mean?
Great. Well, appreciate you being here. We'll see you next time.
Thank you. It was really fun, everyone. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Jenny.
Bye.
All right, Rach, you got any?
I had 3.
Okay, what you got?
Okay, so Into the Grated White Stilton. You've lost that Limburger cheesing. And then my last one is I'm all about that feta, about that feta, about that feta. No cheddar.
Nice.
Ben, what you got?
I have one.
All right, you do yours, and I'll do a couple.
I would like to go last. I would like to request a last spot.
Okay, you can go last.
Oh.
All right, I've got a bunch. I've got Bree and Bobby McGee. Wake Me Up Before You Manchego.
That's great.
Sad Songs K So Much. My Heart Will Go Parmesan.
I like that one a lot.
Girl Fromage Ipanema. Peter Gabriel's In Your Pasture Eyes. By the way, it's played by a chicken holding up a boombox. I have You Can Goat Your Own Way. Rent It on Empty. All the Craft Single Ladies. And that was gonna be my last one, but I have one more. There's a bit of a storyline to it. So the idea is that this is a guy who really wants to start a cheese department in his store. So that's important. We're no strangers to gloves. You know the rules, and so do I. A cheese department's what I'm thinking of. And they won't get cheese from any other guy. I just want to tell you what I'm feeling. Gotta make you understand. Give you up. Never gonna let you down. Gonna run around with dessert cheese. Never gonna make you cry. Gonna say goodbye. We're gonna tell a lie. Hurt cheese.
That went exactly as I thought it would, Steve. That is amazing.
Was this an elaborate prank? I was left out of it. Beautiful.
And you, Ben, and Steve, what's the line?
Oh yeah, by the way, Ben, you've just been ricotta rolled.
Holy shit.
And that was the whole reason we did the game in the first place was in honor of what you did yesterday. That was just to have a little fun with you. It is very difficult to coordinate singing over Zoom. Very, very difficult.
It actually sounded pretty good. That sounded pretty good. That was amazing. I didn't know what the fuck was happening. Wow.
It worked perfectly.
That was incredible. That was pretty incredible. I've never had a surprise birthday party, but that was one of 2 surprise moments in my life that I fucking loved. Thank you very much.
All right, now, Ben, what's your entry to follow that?
I wish I was not doing last.
Once you said you wanted to go last, I was like, all right, well, let's see how this goes.
All right, fair enough. Here we go. It won't live up to that, but here we go. Y-E-S piece of cheese. Find out what it means to eat. Give me the brie, give me the brie, give me the brie, give me the brie.
All right, we did it. It's time for the song, Ben. Let's go.
It's Leedy Doodle time. It's Leedy Doodle time. We say the words about decapitated cigars and penises, and then Leedy draws it.
No. Hold on. First, I have the No Strangers to Glove.
Oh my god.
That's amazing.
Aha! The mustache prosthetic reveal. I have mutant cheese dog. I have the cigar and Jenny going, oh. Yeah, it's Bowers' hat phase. We all have phases. Ben is still not out of his globe phase, but he will one day.
Wait, put the Bowers one back up for a second. My favorite part of that is he took a hat off of his hat. That's amazing.
There's a hat reveal, and then
He also
here-
won't let me ride a real horse. I don't know if that's real, but that's.
No, it's not a real horse. I don't trust you with scissors. I won't trust you with a
Oh,
horse.
no, I'm telling you, I've been to dude ranches. They weigh me and say, no, you're not allowed on the horses.
I'm glad that's
all
the
my
reason
friends
why.
ride horses. It's very fun. Go ahead.
Well, I'm glad at least that's what you're trying to do when you visit dude ranches.
Here's a young Steve making 4848 in the sand. Here's, Ben's low-key beginning to the show. Shh. It's on to you. Here's Anthony with his mood lighting and his garbage disposal.
Light the candles.
Here's Bowers' Temptation. And then the very last one is what comes from that temptation. No, Bowers, that's not what I meant by chop chop.
By the way, the
Way
chop
more
chop
gruesome.
was a tag on Rachel's joke in case anybody missed it. I cannot take credit for that joke. That was very good.
Great job once again, Leedy. Nice work.
Art for my heroes on Instagram.
Yeah, you walked that line perfectly. Good job. You
And her name now is Cheesy Doodle Time, which is hilarious.
Very cool. Well, we made it to the end of another episode. Anthony, where do we find you out in the world? Tell us about your podcast and other stuff going on.
All right. Well, you can find me in the world of social media at Anthony Kapfer, Kapfer. And that's for all social media. And then the podcast, Is This Anything, is everywhere that podcasts exist. You can also watch it on our YouTube page. We post the full episodes. And it's a podcast where the four of us work on new joke ideas. So we just kind of riff. So if you want to see what it's like before the joke is ready, it's a good podcast to listen to.
All right.
I mean,
well,
they
thanks,
watch
Ben.
the show, so they do want to see that.
Well, we're kind of doing it. Is This Anything takeover the next couple of days? Not Friday, obviously, because we don't have comics. But Saturday we've got 2, and then Sunday one of the guys. So with it, that's kind of the takeover for this week. Check out that podcast. Very cool, Anthony. Thanks for coming on. We will see you next time, buddy. We really appreciate it. Oh great, yeah, come back. As for me, you can find me at Bowers Comedy and check out our podcast, Dockheads, with me, Todd McComas, and Savannah Martin. Ben, you got anything to plug?
I do indeed. I've decided to not do my Gleib Off the Top show this Saturday. Instead, I'm going to put all my efforts into the Halloween show on Halloween night. So Gleib Off the Top, Halloween Spectacular with costume contest for prizes. Please get tickets to nowherecomedyclub.com. And I wanted to share something, maybe my own version of a 4848 situation, but maybe a different situation. I want to be able to communicate with all of you more directly. And so if you have a pen or paper handy, or you want to pull your phone out, you can feel free to enter my phone number into your number, and please text me whenever you like, and I'll get back to as many as I can whenever I get a chance to do so. My phone number, no joke, is 310-356-3782. That's 310-356-3782. Text me.
By the way, Ben, that is awesome, but also, wow, Carmel's not giving you any.
Send nudes, hopefully not poison nudes. You know what I mean?
I can't decide if this is real or not, or if this is like a muffler shop or the Democratic National Convention.
It's pretty easy to know it's real. That's his number. That's his number.
Ben gave me his phone number. We fucking messaged with Messenger.
Yeah, that's right. We've been texting Bowers with Ben's Google Voice. But yeah, that's his number.
It is very real.
Oh, well, there you go. I'll text you.
Weird, but yeah, that's real.
I don't understand what's happening.
All right, Steve, what's your phone number?
My phone number is 310. Ben, what was yours? No, mine is 484848. For my plugs, I am going to be on the John Cleese show at Nowhere. So John Cleese is doing a show on the 24th, and Camilla is moderating it. It is going to be a Q&A, and I'm going to be on it as well. So if you ever wanted to ask one of the stars of Monty Python a question, you're going to be able to do that, which is fucking unreal.
This is going to be fun. They're going to say, okay, I have 2 questions. One, John, when you created Holy Grail, what was the hardest, blah, 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 blah. And Steve, fuck, marry, kill, fucking.
Like, fuck, marry, kill, Eric Idle. Like, no. And by the way, yeah, I've gotten to meet.
Pretty sure Steve's going to kill the parrot, by the way.
Yeah. I've gotten to meet John a couple of times, and he's such an incredible character. The first time I met him was after a 2-week run of doing shows at the Edinburgh Fringe Festival with his daughter Camilla, who you've seen on the show. And he came to the last show, and it was such an amazing experience. And we had a nice conversation after, and then we all took a picture while he gave me a wet willy. because that's John. Not a John Tubin, a Wet Willie. It's two different things. It's two completely different things.
Wet willies are very different moves in COVID days now. Now you're trying to kill somebody.
Yeah. This was legal back then. So
It's called regular Trump now. Okay.
And hey, at least someone's getting their willy wet. You know what I mean? You hear that, Carmel?
Nice. All right, Rach, you got anything to plug?
I just want to say, yeah, so we're going to be scheduling our Zoom hang. So as part of a Patreon front row VIP level and above, the four of us hang out in a Zoom once a month. So we're scheduling that. So you still have time to get in if you want to join from the front row VIP level or above. So yeah, join us. And
yeah, that's one. It is not aired. It is not shared. It's just a one-time thing.
Yeah, one time a month thing.
Yeah. Yes, one time a month thing.
Yes.
But I mean, don't miss it. Is what. Yeah.
Now the script is the same every month. We do one script. It's the same thing.
And I believe people will have a great time when they join us during the one-on-one hang.
This is where I flip Ben off. We had a couple things come in. So 2 pounds from wondering if Rachel can pronounce my name right. Shara Lee Hargraves. I feel like that's right. I feel like I nailed that.
Well, it's pronounced Keanu Reed.
Oh. He was silent. I didn't know that. Okay.
Austin.
Adam Brookhart had a late entry in The Food Fighters, The Pretender.
Nice.
And then Rita O'Donnell tipped the show $10 and said, I love this show. So thanks, Rita.
Thank you, Rita.
Brita.
Nice.
Nice. All right, well, we did it. Audience, thanks so much for being here. We appreciate you. As always, you are amazing. One of the best parts of the show, so thanks so much. We will see you when our next show is Friday. So come check that out for our fan show, Fan Fridays. It's going to be a lot of fun, and we will see you guys next time. Rach, anything to say before you get out of here?
No, so we're going to see you on Friday for our Fan Friday. Excited for that.
Woo! Very cool.
All right, see you guys.
You guys. And again, awesome, Ben. Last night I watched the thing. It was great. So many stars, so much cool stuff. I thought the stuff you did was great. And I want to, behind the scenes, I want to hear about Bradley Whitford. He's one of my favorite people in the whole world. So I'd love to hear about who he was in between acts and stuff. But we'll talk off air in case he was a dick. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys later.
I will say I didn't interact with him a ton, but he is not a dick. He was awesome. I will say, it's a running joke that I don't ever. I'm not, sincere in praise for people, and I'm the dick of the show, and etc. And I just want to say that's because usually I have nothing nice to say. But no, but for real, I am so impressed with what Ben was able to pull off yesterday. When I was driving home from the studio, I was just absolutely over the moon excited that I even got to be a part of it. Let alone how much credit I was going to take for it in subsequent years. I just think it was so amazing, and within the next 2 weeks we're going to learn a lot, and we might not know the answer the night of November 3rd. We might not know for a while, but the fact that you were able to have such a dramatic impact on history is something that I hope you never ever forget. And while running for office, yeah, that was great, and you put a ton of work into it. I didn't, but you put a ton of work into it. I think that this is something that, of all the things you have done this year, hold on to this one, because holy shit, you did an amazing thing. I just wanted to say thank you for letting me be a part of it.
Damn. I have emotions right now that I'm not used to feeling during this.
Oh, that fucker.
I got chills several times during that. Thank you so much for the kind words, Steve and Bowers and Rachel and everybody. And thank you for everybody for being there, and Taylor for running it so well, and everybody for supporting that. It means so much to me to hear those words. I just am trying to have all hands on deck and keep my head down, and we all need to do what we can in these last couple of weeks. I'm still going to try last minute to pull off the telethon for America. We're trying hard, but if it doesn't happen, and it very likely won't, this was my telethon for this time, because we just need to make sure that we push the future towards the good guys and towards decency and normalcy and kindness again. And so I hope that we are able to do that. And so it was a real honor to be able to be part of it. And I just was trying to do my part. And Bradley Whitford was fucking awesome. Such a cool guy. And he texted me right afterwards, and he's the one who told me that the Dodgers won. So he's super cool. I mean, I could have been recording it, and he could have fucked it up for me, but I wasn't recording it, and so that was really cool. And thank you to all of you. We can't do all these things without all of your guys' support, and seeing so many familiar faces in our Zoom audience for the Wisconsin show last night was really meaningful as well. Thank you so much. And what did we learn today? I learned that paneer is a cheese. Who the fuck knew that? Thank you for watching. And good night. We will see you guys soon.
Flip
Thanks, guys.